Now once I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and, I can see in here a little bit, but I'm actually gonna cut this open. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Nothing big today, but today we're gonna be changing out my CCV filter. So these have like a 67, I think, and a 5,000 mile interval. I hadn't even heard of it. Actually, it was on my service interval schedule that I got. I just kind of hadn't noticed it, so I'm a bit overdue to change it, to be honest. It's like a bunch of like toilet paper rolls basically inside of here, and it sits on top of the motor, and it's pretty easy to change out actually. And what they say is that if it gets kind of clogged up, it can hurt your performance. And my truck hasn't been top notch lately, so no, I did find out that some of the sluggishness was because I had a seized caliper, and so that's why it just wasn't quite getting up and going as good. When I did my brake job, which my last video, way more power. My acceleration is back quite a bit. My fuel economy though is at like 14.9 to 15.5 or so miles per gallon, which is a bit lower than usual. I do have though 37s on here, but I'm hoping that a new one of these is gonna get some of that power back, help it breathe a bit better and that kind of thing. So the hardest part is just getting up here, honestly guys, because these trucks sit up pretty high. So first step is to remove these 4 bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Gotta pull this out to get this cover off as well. It's a 5/16 socket. So the biggest thing too is just, you don't want to drop anything. So doing it while filming is dangerous, but I got my little popcorn bucket. I'm gonna put these bolts in here. I'm gonna do this and pull it off, and then I'll start filming again. Okay, then next you have 8 bolts on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there are some like wires, like there's some things to take off on that. And just so you know, the bolts, they do appear to be identical. Okay, so I don't think you can mix them up. It's the same bolt from the outside piece to this inside piece. Now these last 3 are a bit different. You have this hose is connected, so it just comes right off. Okay, but this is a different type of a bolt. You have to get like an open-end wrench or a crescent for that one, and for this one, and also for that one back there as well. And just remember kind of how that hose wraps around. Now, next time I do this, I'm gonna go get a deep socket 5/16 for these back ones, because it'd be way easier. I had these. This couldn't reach, not deep enough, but I had this guy, I could crank those off. This last bolt's hard to get to. I tried to take off that bolt right there, 7mm, but there's some other attachment point that I couldn't figure out. So this was on top of that. This, you just kind of lift it off, it kind of clips over top of that. And then let's put that in our little popcorn bucket as well. And then you'll move this red tab left. Here, I don't like that. Maybe you can kind of just such a fine opening to get it in there. So after you pull that tab all the way over, you just push this button down and you pull it straight off the back, okay? And then you can get to that easier. So I can't hold this while I do it, so I'm gonna get that bolt off and then show you the next step. That was a pain in the butt, I'll be honest with you, man. Crescent wrench though, I mean for that back left one worked. Now you have to remove this, your oil cap, somewhere safe so it won't fall and get dirty. Then this comes up, kind of up into the left. This one will come up. Okay, new one's in. Obviously you put it same way it came out. So you had that one in the back. Then make sure you get that little kind of nipple into. to kind of pat down a little bit. And then you'll obviously clamp it to get the rest of the seal going. Give it kind of a hard knock on your way down with it, okay? To help set those seals in there. Careful, because debris does want to get inside from all this dust up here. So, but now that that's back on, first thing we're going to do, oil cap back on, first and foremost. And just so you guys know, after seeing that dust, I opened it back up and wiped it off. It's a steel compartment, dust hadn't even moved, but for peace of mind, I took care of it. Now once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and, I can see in here a little bit, but I'm actually going to cut this open or rip it apart. And I'm curious to look and see just how much soot is inside of here. I'll tell you this though, it is noticeably heavier than the new one. So, okay, so everything in reverse, right? The 8 bolts, the 3 with the screw tops over here on those other 3, right? Sensor back on, red clip over, put that little cap back on. And then these 4, right? Replace that thing. Pretty straightforward and simple. It's in there pretty good, isn't it? Actually, pretty stout filter now that I'm trying to take it apart, you know. Okay, there we go. There's obviously a lot of oil in there, you know, and soot and things. Here we got this stuff. If you look, you can kind of see in there, it's the same thing. It's pretty much uniform, of just dark and saturated with oil and soot and everything. So, is this normal? Is this how they're supposed to look after that many miles? Should they be dry? Do I have blow by? Tell me what y'all think, but definitely kind of a, I mean, you know, it's cool. Feels good to have it changed, right? All right, so fast forward a few months. It's been a minute. I've been slammed with work and haven't had a chance to edit that video. But there has been zero difference in performance after changing my CCV filter. No fuel economy jump, no torque or, you know, jump of any kind. It drives the exact same fuel economy. There's no difference. So if your truck is having some issues, you know, it just doesn't quite feel like it used to, don't look at the CCV filter as the culprit. It's probably something different. Maybe your EGRs kind of has some soot in it, or your grid heater's getting clogged up, or whatever, your intake horn. I look at those areas first, you know, because my truck doesn't feel any different after that. So, you know, my truck, I'm at 87,000 miles now. Before my warranty is up, I'll do the Banks ram air intake, get that grid heater bolt out of there. I'll also probably I'm really probably gonna do a delete on it. And I'm also looking at lifts right now. I'm looking at a few different options, and I'm kind of getting things pretty narrowed down. So I'll probably do a video about the options to ask you guys who are smarter than me for your thoughts about it, actually. And so stay tuned for that as well, because you'll learn a ton from people in the comments. So what's up, dude? Hi. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.